So why is this important for you right now?
It's time. I think that the fact that I have a platform to be able to cleanly tell my story and make sure that other women are, draw inspiration from it and hear it from me that I was able to do something like this and they're able to do something like this as well. They just gotta go for it and execute. And almost like when people say follow your dreams, I'm literally the poster board of that. Because if I hadn't followed my dreams, there would be no 15 years later, which is literally 15 years, right? So that's it. I mean, it's just time. I have a platform, I have a voice, and I want to be clear about, crystal clear. And the fear and all that stuff is out the window. It's just about telling my story. So for me, it's important to make sure that people have a clear understanding and to also know the story of a young black woman who was able to lay the foundation for something that created a legacy and created opportunities for there are so many people who was put on because of this show, okay? From production to how many housewives has there been now, right? And so whether I had a part in holding everybody's hand to be there, and I worked on the show, real tea, I worked on the show even after I was out of principal production. I worked on bringing a lot of the other women to the show. So Portia, Demetria, women that just were coming on kind of as a friend, I was interviewing them and
Now, were you comfortable being up front because you learned from everybody you've groomed?
Yeah. Well, and I'll be short in this part because we can finish this out. But, I think one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about what I'm doing, talk about my legacy. I got to remember to say that. Talk about my legacy and give myself my flowers and be able to say, child, it's your time, is because of the show. It's just the right time to make sure that the narrative of what has happened and what happened 15 years ago that paved the way for shows like Potomac, Basketball Wives, because I've had this is not me saying it, I've had the women on the shows and who created Married to Medicine, Mariah, who's my buddy, and Mariah will go ham, like, no, I was there, because I interviewed Mariah.
Wow.
So she knows that it's me. Like, there was no other face. I've talked to Mariah. So that being said, I think that, it makes sense for me to make sure to honor myself now. And I have a platform to do it. And I want to make sure that, listen, it's nerve-wracking telling your story. Especially when you allowed other people to halfway write your story. I had somebody sit on a whole radio and say, this is my baby, and I shopped it. Who shopped? Who shopped it? I, with the production company, made this happen. There was no, and listen, people didn't even, they were like, okay, I shopped it with I shopped it to the production company, and here we are. So it's really important because these shows that were able to be highlighted with black women on it are because of this, right? And I told you in the beginning that this has been a hard 2 days for me. I have been filming this show, reality, and I didn't know how real it was gonna get, but I'm not gonna mess my makeup up. Where's Tony? So 2 days ago, I got a call from my mom saying that my dad isn't doing well, right? And you don't get to choose. I learned this the hard way. You don't really get to time. You don't get to choose.
That's true.
He wasn't doing well. I forged ahead and I did a big fashion show because it was like, everybody was updating me.
I got that invite.
Yes, honey, it was fabulous. And
was it She by Sharada? Was it?
No. It was Princess, girl, and I love Sheree.
I had to ask.
Ma'am, okay, if you don't interject comedy. No, I wear She by Sheree because that's my real friend in real life. She is such a supporter of mine. But no, adding humor to it, thank you for that, because my dad passed on Wednesday morning. Right, hours after we did this. Life is just too short, and I promise you, one of the things a family member said to me is, this is the right, and ironically, producers were with me when I got the phone call that my dad passed. Wow. And this is my real life and it's reality. And one of the things that's so important for me is to make sure that I honor myself while I'm here.
Yes.
Honor myself while I'm here, because time isn't promised. There's no watch on when and how.
The last 2 years we've seen people, we just saw them 2 days ago. He was just on set last night.
Yes.
I just left his house.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so that was why I wanted to honor my dad even by being here today, because this whole thing was off, honey. We were canceled. Producers were like, we give you time to do what you need to do.
Right.
And I just woke up and said, after talking to my family, of course, that, you know what? No, because what time? Time is not promised.
Right.
It's so important for me to honor myself, which allows me to honor other women, even like you. Women in entertainment is so important, and knowing that we are here and we exist and we're part of this culture, right?
Yes.
And so it's just time for me to get my flowers. And listen, I laid the foundation for the house that other people say they've built, but I laid that foundation.
Yes, you did.
And that's that.
And it's so weird that it is full circle. Yeah. I'm celebrating my 15th year officially and doing PR. Yeah. And I kind of thought, as, you know, a publicist, that you might have hired me instead. But, you know, I'm just going to let it ride, though. I'm going to let it ride. We talk about it offline.
Offline. So, yeah. So that's my parting thing, is just, you know, honor yourself, allow yourself to give yourself flowers. It's really that time for me. And I just had to do it no matter what was going on in my personal life. I had to show up and give myself the moment that I feel like I deserve.
Thank you so much. You deserve it. And I'm glad that enough of us don't take the time to give us what we deserve. We sit around and we wait on it. You wait on the awards. Don't wait. Time waits for no one.
That's right. So that's it. But thank you so much for this interview. Full circle moment.
Full circle moment.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Hey, everybody. This is producer Princess, and I'm Upscale with Janelle.